Hello, everybody. We're back once again on Talk Football Live. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be previewing match week 16 of the English Premier League. Our focus for this weekend is Manchester City versus Manchester United. We all know Amorim has come to the league and taken over Manchester United, and City fans are not feeling so great right now. We just witnessed today they have lost again, which is something we haven't said very often over the last few years with Manchester City.
Yep.
In the Champions League, they lost 2-0 today to Juventus, and we've invited Donadoni back with us today to give us that City fans perspective. I have my Talk Football co-host with me here, Charles. How are you feeling, guys?
Feeling good.
We're good.
Correction, Ayo. It's Donadoni the Great.
The
Don't
great,
forget-
thank
don't
you.
forget
The great.
Yeah,
I, I forget my manners sometimes.
Donadoni. Talking about greatness. How are you feeling about City so far?
we're down. Most City fans are not happy. It's one of the saddest moments of our lives as a City fan. It's making us remember Main Road when we were down in Main Road, and we're getting that same feeling all over again.
Interesting.
Mhm.
And do
Wow.
you have a solution to this issue going on right now?
Uh, there, there are so many solutions to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a temporary solution and there are permanent solutions.
And which one?
Uh, Temporary solution is probably get on the January window, but in the long term, I think it's time for Pep to go. I honestly think he has
Oh,
stayed is welcome. It's really time for him to go.
Wait. When you say it's time
wow.
to
Did I just hear
go,
that?
Yep,
it's
it's
time
time for
to
him to go.
go, as in he should be fired.
You can bite the bullet or let him resign. You can do things can be done in a professional way. The board can call him, hey, we are not seeing the future together. And honestly, allow him to resign and let him go.
But
And
but he's just renewed his contract.
yes, reluctantly.
I'm
Because renewing the contract does not mean it's not a marriage, it's a coaching job.
okay.
He personally on a personal note,
Uh-huh.
right?
Hmm.
Anyone that has been at a job or been in coaching or been doing anything that is very strenuous will know that after 7 8 years you need a break. You need to take a
Yeah.
break to re-energize your brain, to relax the brain. Right now he's in the mess, and it's very difficult for him to see outside that mess because he is within it.
Hmm.
Sometimes the best solution has to come from outside because he keeps repeating some of the same mistakes all over and over again and expecting magic.
Donaldoni,
And it's
let
not
me
going to work.
real quick. I just want to ask something that's on my mind. You said fire Pep. He can buy
Let
the.
him go. Fire for you. We're just playing around with words.
I
There
know,
are so many.
fire him. He resigns. Whatever
Yeah,
happens.
yeah, let him go. Yeah.
You're talking about the most successful coach in City's history.
As
You're talking about the coach to win 4 trophies, 4 EPL titles in a row. No one has ever done.
Ah,
Ancelotti was fired, Mourinho was fired. The job is about firing and hiring. Arsene Wenger was fired.
Yeah,
They
but
told
hmm.
him to leave.
Arsene Wenger, Jose Mourinho, those guys don't have the 4 titles in a row like Pep does. Those
Does
guys don't
it
have trebles like Pep
so
does.
does it mean that when a ship is sinking, we should continue with the captain that is taking us to the ground? Let
Good
him go.
analogy. If the ship is sinking, do we push the captain off the ship or do we plug the holes the ship has?
First
Why
of
are we
all,
not looking for solutions to fix the ship instead of firing the captain?
because you have a captain that has a strict way of playing. He's not going to change it for any. Even when the ship is drowning, he's still going to keep doing what he likes doing. So what do you want to do?
Let me throw you
Let's dive. Hold on. Let's dive into it a little bit, right? What has happened between? I mean, this is a team that won the EPL 4 seasons back to back to back
back
to
to
back,
back to back.
Yep.
right? And the
Mhm.
only difference this season, yes, you guys have dealt with injuries, but that hasn't been that much of a problem for City in the past. You guys have dealt with injuries just fine. Rodri is the only long-term missing absentee this season, and
Not
I think you
really.
guys have had.
No, not
What's
really.
that?
Not really.
So
We just
what
just
exactly is going on? I would think this City squad would be able to handle the loss of Rodri.
so
Like
let
in
me
the
ask
past, he's
let me
yeah,
ask you a question.
Hmm.
If
yeah.
Haaland is injured today, tell me the other
Mhm.
nine in the team that should play.
But you guys won the league without
You won
Haaland
the league
as a
without a
nine.
nine in the past.
You
Yeah,
played
that
with people
and
like Jesus. You played De
Jesus
Bruyne as a
ahead.
false nine.
But at that
You
time,
played David
you
Silva
had
as a false nine.
you had issues that brought in a lot of energy. Last season, you had Alvarez that was also bringing in goals, who can put in the pressure, full press. Now, who do we
That
have
is
on?
true. You guys did lose. You did lose
Yeah, so
Alvarez.
Alvarez left, right? The
Hmm.
previous, the two, 3 seasons, the anytime an overhead ball comes to Mares, you really have to take Mares can is very efficient scoring number one. He
Yep.
can beat one or two players
Yep.
and get into space. What do you have now? You have Savinho and Doku. Doku is just speed, not dribbling, it's just speed. Mares then was a killer with his ball control, with his dribbling
On
skills,
his left
and with
foot.
his goal scoring ability. You let him go. Alvarez had a free kick, could hit free kicks, could score with could score with a shot, and it was a close person giving Ireland pressure. We let him go. We had Cancelo, who was probably a very dangerous fullback. That
Yep.
when we are playing other teams, you have to think of ways to mark Cancelo because he's a
Yeah.
defender, but he will give you goals.
Yep.
We let him go,
Yeah.
right? Now we let all these players go. Well, at different times, you now have a game. You look at the bench, you are not seeing anybody. Now
Yeah.
The lab that plays for Ipswich is supposed to be the backup to Alan.
Haaland.
What did the coach do? He let him go. So we let all these players go, and
And
we
then they
now have an
Cole
empty
Palmer
bench.
too.
We let Palmer go too,
Yeah, Cole
and all
Palmer.
this is a result of arrogance.
Okay, so
So
Donadoni,
you think Pep's arrogance is finally catching up with
Yeah,
him, and
you
it's
think other
bad squad management?
you think other teams will just let their players go without having a proper
Mm.
replacement?
hmm.
No.
But Donadoni, let me ask you a question. Why do you think it's taking this? Because Pep has been letting players go for a while. He let Sterling go at some point.
Yep.
Like Jesus left. Why do you think he's
Those
catching
Zinchenko.
Zinchenko? Why do you think he's catching up with him now? I mean, he's been
It's
letting players
it's
go and he's been winning.
it's so several players have key roles in that team. Hmm?
Mhm,
During when Jesus was there, Jesus' role was to put full pressure. So we could do a full press because Jesus had that energy to chase down people.
Mm.
When we let
Hmm.
Jesus go, we had Alvarez, who had the same energy to close down on people.
mhm,
That
Mm.
element has been taken away from us. Now we cannot full press as we used to. Huh?
Hmm.
Now come to creativity. When in the past, KDB was not the only one creating. You had to take a Mares could do a lot from that place on the right wing. In as much as Sterling is going to miss a lot of chances, he still creates a lot of headache, right? We
mhm.
now had a Rodri that had the vision to be able to give those passes, long trail passes across, diagonal passes that puts your winger one on one with a defender before cover comes in. Now, what we do is we're playing short passes, slow. We're moving slowly with short passes. We give the defender enough room to cover up. All
To
Juventus had to
recover.
do with it, Juventus did not have to do a lot of defending. Why? The ball movement was too slow. There was no diagonal cross across to take for a different for an attacker to take a defender one on one. Before he does it, before you pass short passes to the other side, cover comes in. Then you now have an Ireland who who makes runs, but there's no direct ball that comes that beats the midfield and is one on one with the defender because he's always waiting for them to build. And we don't cross the ball. Alan is always making the run left or right. They will never cross the ball. If you watch last week, we only scored because Nunes crossed the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the system the coach plays, right, with the personnel he has, is not going to win any title with this personnel, except it goes out in January. Now, do you want to entrust this guy with another 150 million that you know he's going to be leaving in a year's time?
Mm.
Okay.
So is he leaving in a year, or you're
He
saying
signed two
of this
years.
current? Yeah. So at the end of this current contract, he will be gone for sure.
Yeah,
If he's not gone before then.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. So Donadoni. So I'm still stuck on the statement Pep needs to go. You know,
he has to see.
I can't get past
People,
that.
people, people fall in love. People fall in love with things they're not meant to follow. Before he
It's not
say,
even a love
before,
thing for me. I'll
huh?
tell you why I said that. Because you said so many things. You mentioned the problem is ego. He let a
Mhm,
lot of players go, which in my opinion, the ego and the control he has over the team is actually what's gotten him success over the years. You mentioned temporary
Yep.
solution going in January. You mentioned permanent solution letting him go. You understand? With the results you've gotten based on what he's done in the past couple of years, you understand?
mhm.
If you are to take the temporary solution, how many players do you think you need in January? And how possible do you think, how soon do you
It,
think you
it,
get
it would need, it would need,
on round?
it would need at least four players.
In what positions?
Wow.
To me, I think he needs creativity. You need somebody as an 8 or a 10, somebody that brings creativity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, most likely, I'll guess. Then I need a left back, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mm.
think Rico should not be playing that role. He's not a left back. I need a left back that is tall and has speed. And I also
Mm.
need a right back that has speed also. Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm.
Mm.
That's your list.
Then
Yes.
I need a dribbler, right? Maybe left or right. I need a dribbler, somebody that can take a
Another
defender.
on top of Doku and Savinio.
I don't understand.
Doku has speed.
It's not a dribbler.
He's not a very good dribbler. He has speed. The
Is Grealish,
moment you can match him with speed, he's confused.
is Grealish a dribbler?
Grealish is not looking to score, and that is some of the problems that Pep has built into these players. You see Grealish on the left is we're bringing the ball, bring the ball. The first thing most other players do, like look at Lookman yesterday, as he doing the
Yeah.
line dive, as he brought the ball, he changed his
He's
foot
looking to
quickly
cut
and
in and
crossed the
shoot.
ball. Grealish is not looking to cross the ball because the coach doesn't want to play that way. Anytime Grealish brings the ball, he's always waiting for somebody to run a little bit behind him to toss the ball back. That is his
Mm.
way of playing. And everybody has figured out. If I can see that and I'm not being paid, I'm sure the other teams are seeing it too. And the
So
same
they're
thing,
always looking for the cutbacks.
with Silva. Everybody knows he's not going to cross with his right leg on the other side. He's always going to cut the ball back. So the
Mm.
defenders have decided let us crowd the middle because these guys are not really going to cross. Now
Mm.
you now have an Alan that cannot play interchangeable 1-2, make a move one because he's always making the runs. The ball never comes. After a while,
Yes.
he stops making the
He
runs. It's
starts
just
making
not.
those runs. Wow.
Yeah. If if Alan knows that every ball they have, they are going to cross it, he's going to be fighting hard for it.
Yeah.
He's going to be making the run, believing that the ball will come. But if he's not get if you're playing 90% of the game and you're not getting the crosses up to 5%, he will stop making the runs.
Mm.
And the from the back, We don't get along because of the coach. We don't get along. Long trust ball for defender for Allah to make a run, work around to the channel. We don't get that too. It's the way the coach wants to play, and
Interesting.
So the
you can't
coaches,
stop.
So,
It's the way the coach. Let
in
me give you an
essence,
example. You're losing 2-0,
okay,
and the commentator said it, and you need a goal. The commentator said, "Why are they not pushing one center back up front to double up and make it a two strong attack with Alan and try to see if he can cross the ball?" He continued playing the
same
short
way.
passes, the same way. Something that did not work for 85 minutes, and you continue doing it.
mm,
So let's switch now specifically to the City versus Man U game, right? You guys are at home against Manchester United. How do you see that game going? Is this more
Man
of the
U is a
same? I think
team
the
that
record right now is City has one win in their last 10 games, two draws, seven losses. Is this
he,
another loss?
it might be another draw. Why? Because
Another draw.
Man U, I think self-destructs. They're going to, I think they self-destruct.
the new Man U.
If you look at the last game they played, did you to see the goals they conceded?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
defender should
yeah,
have cleared the ball. He was just looking at the ball like he was a photographer. He had enough room to
yeah.
clear the ball. Martinez had enough room to clear that ball. I wonder what he was looking at.
Mm.
So they
Yeah.
self-destruct, and that's the problem. So anything Man U is very, very unpredictable. Why? Maybe a draw or a slim win for Man City, but I don't see them coming spectacularly to deal with the other because they are not playing well.
And you
Honest,
don't see a Man U win either.
a Man U win is tough. Except the red card comes in, a Man it's probably going to be a draw, or a slim win. I don't see Man U winning.
Mm.
Interesting.
I don't see Man U winning. We have a problem.
Hmm.
We're in crisis. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
And
Is
you
there
don't.
any solution between now and January? Is there anything the team can do?
You are not going to
Or is
get
this
quality.
just a matter of we just have to
So
limp through to
so
that transfer window and see what you can bring in?
I find it very funny that you don't have anybody in your U23, U21 that you can bring in. This is why I say there's also arrogance and coaching problem too. So if you're
Mhm.
letting players go, there has to be someone in your U23, U21. You can't tell me that you have all these almost 30, 40 players in your youth team and there's nobody ready to go prime
Yeah.
time. Then there's something wrong with you as a coach. There has to be somebody.
Hmm.
Yeah. Why is it that all our players are not good enough to start, but they can go somewhere else and start and become superstars?
So
Yeah.
the coach may not be seeing something that is not seeing the potential in those players.
No, that is sometimes you fall in love. See, there's something about there's something I've seen as a coach. After a while, you be, you become your relationship with some of these players stops being player coach to father, son, or friends. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
And Guardiola and some of these players are friends now. I can bet you Silva is a very good friend of Guardiola because regardless of how well he plays, he's always starting. Hmm? And Guardiola finds a place for him, whether on the left, on the right, say DM. He's always looking for. Are you telling me that there's no U23 or U19 player that can step in to play the DM
Ready?
position right now?
That's a very good question. Yeah.
Now, and I can bet you
Because
in a
Gondwan seems to be very ineffective in that role, but he seems to
he's
stick with
slow.
Gondwan.
He's slow.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
he's
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 getting
slow.
older. He's slow.
Yeah,
So
he's
there
able
has
to say.
So let me get your thoughts on Manchester United, Charles. What have you observed so far, about Amorim? What do you see Manchester United bringing to this game? Do you see chances of a win? You seemed a bit doubtful when Donadoni did great. I remember this time. said it's unlikely for Man U to win because they self-destruct, and you were like, really, under Amorim? What do you think Manchester United will bring to this game? Is there a chance for a win?
Yeah, see, Manchester United right now are quite unpredictable because they have a new coach. They have a new coach, and normally we should be saying they should have a new coach bounce, which I think they had with Nistroy when he was there for like 3 games. And now with Amorim, they are still figuring things out. Now, to answer your question, what do I see Manchester United? The truth is, Amorim has already beaten Pep with Sporting in the Champions.
That's true.
So the
Yeah,
Amorim
5-1,
system,
5-1 loss to
exactly.
City.
The Amorim
What's another?
system can beat Pep's system. He's done it before. The
Wow.
problem with Manchester
Wow.
United is the players may not work well with the system. Since he said something last time, talking about how he just wants to see the players getting accustomed to the system. And we all know that's going to take time. It doesn't happen in one day. So
Right.
what am I going to see if these players pick up? Because I think Manchester United has a couple of players that, what's the word? They feel they're untouchable. The likes of
Okay.
they feel like they're untouchable. They feel like they're gonna play. They feel like whatever happens is the coach that's gonna get fired. I mean, we saw what happened after Ten Hag was fired. Players who have been injured for months started coming out to play. You understand? So the problem is these guys feel entitled, but with a new coach, you still have to prove it.
Mention names. Mention names. Who
I
feels
think
like
I
that?
think he's changed that since he came, though, because
But
what we've seen from Amorim is everybody has played.
yes,
He has not named the same starting 11 since he came, and a lot of those players never finished the games.
that may be
Rashford has been benched. Both Hoyland and Zexi have played.
a
Fernandez never completes
bench.
his 90 minutes like he always used to. The
Yeah,
only person who has been untouched so far is Onana. Everybody else has been
as
rotated.
Fernandez being benched,
All other 10 outfield players. Fernandez has been.
has been
I
benched.
don't know if I don't remember if he has been benched, but he has not
He
completed
hasn't
90
played
minutes
90
though.
minutes. So
He hasn't played
the
90
second
minutes.
part of this is that is
And
true.
it's not every game.
Not every game. The second part
Right.
is, have they gotten accustomed to the new system? Because the fact that the coach doesn't have starting 11 yet means still testing things out. If
Right.
you test things out if you test things out in training, that's fine. But when you're still testing things out in the real game, it could be a problem,
Game.
which goes to the self-destructive pattern I already mentioned. Because these guys are still testing things out, they are prone to make mistakes. So would City take advantage of those mistakes? That's where the question comes in. If I was to
Yeah.
predict, I'll predict a City win because
Mm.
City Pep is still Pep. It takes one game for them to wake up and start winning all over again. So I think it can happen in a derby.
It takes one
But
game, but
I don't know.
I
It's
don't.
funny. We kept saying that, and then they won. I don't remember who it was. They beat 3-0, and we thought, okay, City's back,
Yeah,
and
we
they've gone
thought so.
right back to losing and drawing.
Yeah, but the thing is, with Manchester United, because Manchester United are not fully in their form yet, the Amorim system hasn't
Right.
fully yet because it's still relatively new. I think there's a possibility they could self-destruct, like Donadoni said, or City can take advantage and beat them
So,
because upper
so
hand.
give me your prediction for this game, Charles, and I'm
I
gonna take
predict
yours as well.
a City
Donadoni.
slim win, but City slim win say 2-1, but I'm not
Are we
writing
talking 2-1, 3-2,
2-1.
5-4?
no.
2-1.
It's,
But
it's a
I'm not
2-1
writing
game.
off a Man U win. That's why I'm disagreeing with Donadoni. Because if the Amorim system, like I said, they're still figuring it out. If it clicks, if these players step up and play, because of where City is right now, they can outplay City. It's very possible. So
Okay.
I'm giving it a 2-1 win because it's City and because Man U hasn't figured themselves out fully yet. And Onana, who is going to be a surprise, is still a fluke in my opinion. I think City will take this.
And Donadoni, you seem to agree with that result. 2-1.
It's a 2-1. It's a slim.
Yeah.
I see more of it 2-1 or a draw. I don't see any
Okay.
wild margin win. The City is gonna make from years, right? Man U plays a counter-attacking side against City, and it works. All right,
Yeah.
and right now
Yeah.
City is very, very open in terms of counter-attack. Walker
Mm-hmm.
is slower.
Yeah.
Diaz is slower.
Yep.
Rico doesn't have the
It's not
speed.
that quick.
Yeah, so of course Gundogan is slow too. That is one of the reasons why they are now playing this short pass and building up together, to make sure they don't lose possession of the ball. So
Yeah.
they are not doing any kind of risky passes. So to me, Man U will score, but I know this United will self-destruct.
So
They
FPL folks, don't bank on the clean sheet from City.
Yeah.
no,
Oh, man,
no,
you.
Man U is gonna.
Oh
There's
my,
no way is it Amalo or Diallo guy?
Diallo.
Amad Diallo,
Amad Diallo.
Amad
Amadi.
Diallo.
There's no other guy will not perform at that right wing.
No fine chances,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
Then
let's
yeah.
let's let's switch a little bit. Let's go into looking at the rest of the fixtures for the weekend and take predictions for this game weekend. So first off, of course, we have Arsenal Everton. That's the first game of the weekend. I'll start with you, Charles.
Yeah, I feel like you should predict that one. But I'll take it. I'm giving an Arsenal win. These days it's very hard for me to give nothing but an Arsenal win because Arsenal right now, in my opinion, are one of the most dangerous teams in the league. Now they do slip up here and there. Last week they scored a goal that was ruled offside. They with their corner kicks, and the zeal, the hunger to win this league that they've had for the past couple of years. Arsenal is one of the most dangerous teams in the league right now. So an Arsenal win easily, and Everton is the opposite. So
Yeah, I think as long as our squad is full, I don't expect we will not lose games. That is for sure.
yeah, you're scared of
Our
it.
attack tends to stutter every now and then, so it's a question of will we find enough. I think against Everton it shouldn't be a problem anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, going on to you, Donadoni, Liverpool against Fulham.
Fulham is a very unpredictable team. They can pick up
Extremely.
a draw.
Wow.
Fulham is very, very unpredictable. You can't write
Yeah.
them off. They can pull off a
Wow.
draw.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I believe Liverpool should take this like 2-1.
Okay.
Interesting.
So your final prediction is 2-1
Two.
Liverpool. Okay. Charles, Newcastle versus Leicester.
That's a tough one. Leicester are high flying right now. New manager
Yeah.
bounce, and I think they have luck on their side. I mean, we saw what happened in the last game.
It's not
Did you
luck. They
yeah.
are fighting.
No, it's a mixture of everything. Though these guys are lucky and they are putting in the work. I'm saying there's luck.
It's a lot of
They're
fun.
creating their luck.
They are creating
Creating
their
their
luck.
luck.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Newcastle, on
Yeah.
the other hand, I struggle to predict for them. I don't know which Newcastle is going to show up.
Newcastle is like this.
Yeah, they're like the weather. I don't know.
Today they're here, today they're here.
That's why I'm just to be on the safe side. I'll give them a draw for this game. I expect goals.
Okay, wow.
I'll give them a draw.
Okay, Van Nistelrooy is picking up points. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Wolves Ipswich. It's a fight down there at the bottom. Donadoni the Great.
Oh,
Gary O'Neill is fighting for his job, seemingly.
Ipswich wins 1-0. I don't think
Wow.
Wolves has a coach right now.
they have they have somebody there.
Yeah, they don't have a coach. I think they fired their coach. I think Ipswich wins 1-0.
Did they fire him?
Is Gary O'Neill gone?
No.
I don't think he's gone yet.
Not yet. I mean, he's about to be, but he's not gone yet.
But I think
No, I
Donadoni
think
is
it's gone.
predicting.
I think it's gone. I think I read somewhere
That's new. We have to look that up and confirm.
that they are trying to bring back Espiro,
No, I
and
think he's
Espiro.
still coach. I'm looking it up right now. He's still
Espero
the
has a
coach at
job.
Wolves.
Espero is Nottingham Forest's new current.
Yeah, I was surprised when I see he's being linked to
Yeah.
a job with Wolves.
Links.
No,
Rumors happen all the time.
Yeah, Wolves, they said they're standing by their manager for the Ipswich game. So I think he'll still be in that job.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. If Ipswich go ahead and win like 4-1, I mean,
It
then
doesn't
we might
matter
be
if
having a
he's
different
if
conversation.
he wins that game, I think he's gone.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah.
All right, Charles, Forest against Villa.
Oh yeah,
Both teams fighting for Europe.
For Europe. Yeah, these are the unpredictable ones also because, like you said, they're both fighting for Europe. Forest is the shock of the season so far. And I think they're going to continue shocking us. So, I'm not even going to go with a draw this time. I'm going to say Forest is going to win. Very slim win. So
Wow.
I know. It's a big one.
Lindsay's not going to be happy with you.
I doesn't watch this. 2-1 Forest. I know it's a big. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm calling it. 2-1 Forest.
Okay, okay. All right, Donadoni, on to Brighton. Sunday game, and we have
Uh,
one Monday game.
Brighton should win this game 2-0.
Okay, okay. And we've already talked about the City Man U game. Charles,
Yeah.
it looks like you get to predict your own team. You guys are coming up against Brentford.
You know, I need to go check other videos to see if whenever I predict Chelsea's game, if results come out good. Like Biodun always says,
Let's
just
go
like
for it.
Arsenal. But I just go for it. Of course, I'm expecting a Chelsea win. We're flying high right now, and I hope we keep
Yeah,
flying.
yeah,
The
you guys
problem,
are looking good.
yeah, we are really looking good. We're struggling with clean sheets. I don't know what's wrong with the defense. I don't think we have a goalkeeper right now. We bought eight in the we have eight goalkeepers, but we can't find one reasonable one to play. So I know we're going to concede at least one goal. That's why I'm
Wow.
changing my Chelsea defender and my FPL. But I predict 3-1
Okay.
for the game. I expect us to score goals. I mean, I expect goals. Palmer, Jackson, and the rest. Sancho, Neto.
Mm,
Neto is going to play in the Conference League game in Kazakhstan. He flew with the team.
mm.
He's one of three senior players that flew. Others are just names I don't even know.
What game is that?
Oh, really?
Conference
Okay.
game in Kazakhstan. Yeah. So
Yes. You see the difference about Europe? You see,
yeah.
Donadoni the Great has no idea what you're talking about.
So that
Oh, he's playing tomorrow.
yes,
Yeah,
Conference
they're playing in the
Kazakhstan
Europa Conference League tomorrow.
is 10 a.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. So it's gonna be, and I heard it's very cold over there. So Neto may not start, which means Noni is probably
Okay.
gonna start. So I don't know how that's gonna play for us because Noni hasn't been the best recently. He's been off and on. But regardless of
Mm.
that, lots of goals. Sancho is in form. Palmer is in form. Jackson is Jackson. He'll score if he gets a chance. So 3-1 is my prediction for this game.
So Jackson, okay, you expect Jackson to play in the game then against Brentford. Okay.
Oh yeah, no,
But I
Jackson.
thought you were saying he went along to Kazakhstan.
No, I said Neto went to Kazakhstan.
Got
Just
it. Got it.
Neto
Okay.
is the only main starter that went to Kazakhstan.
Got it. All right. Donaldin the Great. Southampton versus Spurs.
Oh,
Again,
Oh,
another
I
yo-yo
this,
team from
this
Spurs.
I
all
don't, I don't.
Spurs.
This Spurs is unpredictable. It
But they
might
are
end up
But
being a
I mean,
two.
it's Southampton. Southampton have been poor this season.
But Spurs also have been poor too.
but they've had some great times beating Man City.
Yeah, but I can't see them on the table. I have to go all the way down. Yeah. So
And for those that are checking, by the way, if you didn't catch our video last week with Sports Fan Ruben, go check that one out.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at the table. Spurs are down in 11th at the moment.
yeah,
Scroll
they're
up,
all,
scroll up.
20
Let's
points, 7 points behind the fourth place.
yeah.
scroll up, Ayo. Let's see the big boys. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
So
Look at you.
Spurs should win this game like a 2-0. They should win.
Okay.
They
But
should
Yeah.
win.
but if they don't, you won't be surprised, I mean.
I won't be surprised, but I don't see them losing this game.
Fair.
Yeah. All right. And the last one for the weekend, another Monday game, Bournemouth versus West Ham. West
Whew.
Ham seem to be taking, by the way, we wish speedy recovery to Michael Antonio. I hope he comes back to football.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, but West Ham seem to be riding off of that. They won their game happily, convincingly this past game week.
Yeah, but that was against Wolves though. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
because my friend's son is has been signed for Bournemouth, I'm now a Bournemouth fan.
Woo!
same
All
So
here.
right.
Same here.
yeah,
We won't reveal it on this episode. We'll wait until we have
yeah,
clearance.
so
Or
Bournemouth
is it
will
is
win.
it public news now? Is
It's
it public
already all over the
news?
internet.
it is.
That's what,
It
That's
is.
true.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
so I'm always going to follow. Bournemouth is my club. They will win regardless of who they play.
But emotions aside, though, emotions aside, I do think Bournemouth will win this game because
Not really. I,
really why?
I think West Ham, right,
Mhm.
changed a little bit of the way they play. They used to be very physical. right? The very physical approach for West Ham works.
Yes.
This finesse kind of football they are trying to do doesn't really fit the personnel they have.
Yes.
So that is probably one of the problems. If they go back to their hardcore games, Antonio physical, Susek physical, they are going to
But they're
bully
not
so
doing that
many
against
things.
Bournemouth. They've switched their style for the season. They're not going to just switch against Bournemouth.
It's not working.
But it worked against Wolves. They won against Wolves. So they're going.
Wolves is down there.
I know, but what I'm saying is, you are saying if they switch to their old style against Bournemouth, they'll win. They are not going to do that.
Bournemouth is a better side than Wolves. Hmm?
Okay.
Bournemouth is a very good
Mm-hmm.
side. Uh, if you're not
Yeah.
careful, they will beat you. I don't.
Irola is doing well this season.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't think West
Yeah.
Ham would switch to their old style. If it was the old West Ham that was going to play, the David Moyes West Ham, I could see them challenging Bournemouth. But if they play the way they've been playing this season, I don't see them standing against Bournemouth.
yeah. It's going to be a
Yeah.
2-0 or 2-1. I don't see them beating Bournemouth with this style they play. It's
Bournemouth is
just
pushing for
Yeah.
Europe.
But yeah,
yeah.
they're 3 points behind City.
Yeah.
7 wins so far this season.
Literally, they win
Yeah.
that game, City loses to Man U, and boom, things change.
Yeah.
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 Sure.
And
All
Pep is
right.
going.
And on that note, I think that brings us to a very good end of week 15 preview. Thanks as always, guys. And
Yeah.
if you've stuck with us, again, don't forget to click that like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends. Let's have some fun. If you want to come in and join us, please leave a comment. We're always looking for that fans perspective, as always.
Yep.
Thanks for tonight, guys. Have a good
All
one.
right.
All right, cool.